How you doing, guys? Long time no talk, I suppose, no video. Um, yeah, so it's been a while and a lot has changed. So I said I'd make this quick video, giving you a quick update on everything that's gone on in my life since basically I quit YouTube. About 2 years ago now, 3 years ago now. My last video was the alternator on the GS, I think, or it's a few things, but a lot has changed. So you would have seen previously that I had a Forester, I had an S14, and I had a track car in Preza. Well, let's just say all three of those cars are different now. I still have a Forester, but it is a later model Forester. Um, it's not the SF anymore. It's an SG now, where it's just a daily driver. No real modifications. The downpipe on that. I love that car to bits. Keep it stock. Keep it simple. Takes me in and out to work. It's what I need to. It's what I need. I will eventually get around to modifying that car, but not yet. Then I went and I acquired one of my dream cars, which is my R32 Skyline. So I love this car. This car is 450 brake, 420 brake at 1.5 bar, but she's running a bit more boost now, which is one of the things we have to dive into. And then I sold the shell of my track car. I took all the drivetrain out of it. I sold it, and with the money I bought this Hawkeye Impreza. It was a 1.5 that I swapped everything into. I'll give you a brief overview of that car now in a little bit. Those are my two weekend cars, and then I have my Forest as my daily driver, and then I've been building Subarus on the side to try and help make a bit more money because we all need more money, I suppose. So yeah, I'll give you a quick rundown of all the cars that I have now and what needs to be done basically to them. As you know, as a lot of people know, a project car is never finished. A project car is always going to be a project car, and regular maintenance as well is also very, very important on all these types of cars. So I'll give you a quick rundown on everything, and then upcoming updates to the channel as well, like what's going to be going on moving forward. And I have a lot. I have so much that I have to do this summer, so I said I might as well whip out a camera and record it and show everybody because there'll be a few tips and tricks that I will hopefully show somebody, or somebody could comment and show me. So yeah, I will quickly turn the camera around, I suppose, and give you a quick rundown of all my cars. Okay, so first and foremost, let's start with my R32. So my R32, I bought nearly 2 years ago now, about a year and a half ago, and it is a RB20 DET that is fully built. So she has 262 cams, a bit of head work done. She has pistons, rods, ACL race bearings, head studs, rear head drain, intake, a Garrett 7031R turbo, and just all other supporting mods as well. But I'm having a major issue with this car at the moment where she's over boosting. So she's tuned at 420 brake horsepower at 1.5 bar of boost, which is around 21 psi. But I'm having a problem now at the minute where she is over boosting. So she's over boosting to 2 bar nearly. The car. So we'll have to do that. So one of the things I'm going to plan on doing is doing a boost leak test to see if they do have any boost leaks. And then yeah, so I'll show you guys how to do that. We can go from there. The other thing that I'm having now at the minute, I pulled her out the other day and she decided to leak all of her coolant. One of the cooling passages, which is located all the way under there, is leaking. So we'll have to look at that and put a new hose on that and obviously figure all that out. Now the car was resprayed in a silver color, Java Black Pearl, which if anybody knows, it is a rare color that only came on the 2005 model Blob Eye Subarus. Now I'll just shine a light on this because I love this color. This color is incredible. It's my favorite color, so for years I always wanted it. If you can see there, it shines with a bronze tinge to it. Let me just see, can I get it on the bonnet maybe? See that with the bronze and the gold flake. So I love that color, and I thought it would be a great addition to the Skyline because it's going to make it unique and nobody else is gonna have it. And then as well as that, she's running some Japanese coilovers that eventually get replaced. She's a full roll cage. In her, she has sparkle bucket seats, which again will be eventually be replaced. She's running an AEM wideband. I'm running SSR rep wheels now. They're rep wheels. Please don't hate. I do have the real wheels there, but they are not wide enough. They will have to get rebuilt. Another thing that I'll be making a video on to show you guys how to rebuild the wheels. We'll be getting new barrels and everything for them, and then I'll be changing the colors on the wheels as well, on the inserts. I'm thinking about white at the minute, because I already have basically a set there with bronze, with a dark gray. So let me know what you guys think. What color do you think I should go with the wheels that will suit this car? Other than that, I love this car to bits. She has a CAS 1.5 weight diff in her, so she whines like fuck. A big 3.5-inch exhaust all the way back, splits flames. She is a fire monster. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see the posts on this car. This car is incredible. I love this car to bits. Yeah, so if you go on my Instagram, which I'll link down below in the description, then you can basically follow me and you can see more on this. I'll talk about my Impreza now. I just want to open up the bonnet. But yeah, my Impreza. So this car, I'll open up the bonnet and we can talk about what's going on, what needs to be done as well. So yeah, this is my Impreza. Now this car was originally a 1.5 non-turbo Impreza, which then I took my race car, track car, running gear, and I shoved it all in. Now it was a full wiring, harness swap and everything. So technically the car underneath is a bug-eye Impreza with a full wiring swap. Now I'm having a few issues at the minute where at about 3,000 RPM, she'll drive perfectly fine at about 3,000 RPM. It's like she's retarding all the timing. It's like I have nothing. And then all of a sudden at 4,000 RPM, she then boosts like fuck all the way to redline. But I want to figure out what is this intermittent issue that I'm having, because obviously if I'm racing somebody down the road, which happened the other day, I'm having nothing, and it feels like I always have to keep her in the higher RPM, which it's a Subaru. Yeah, want to be careful doing that type of stuff. So then yeah, so that's what that is. It has Bilstein suspension in it at the minute, so it's Bilstein shocks with lowering springs. I don't know if you can see there, she's the Bilstein shocks, so she has the thicker center. She has fake TE37s. She has my flock dash out of my race car, so she's a flock dash. She has the gauges there for wideband, for oil temp, water temp, air fuel, and she also has boost as well. So she's all the gauges there. She has the full bucket leather interior that came in the later model Hawkeyes as well. And yeah, she's running fake T37s, a full decat up pipe, decat down pipe, running a TD04. I haven't upgraded the turbo yet because I didn't really feel like it. And the reason why I love this car is because it is Java Black Pearl 2. So the color code on this car is actually the same color code as that car, but that car is Java Black Pearl 1, that's Java Black Pearl 2. So I love the fact that I have two cars with the same color code, which is my favorite color, but I have both variations of it, and they're both very, very unique cars. They're both highly modified as well, which I absolutely love. So these are my two babies. So on this car, we're going to have to basically change out the MAF to see does that solve the issue. I want to change out the O2 sensor as well, the front O2 sensor. If you look down there, the front O2 sensor all the way down there, looks like the cables are a bit munted. So yeah, we'll have to look at that. As well as that, it's also having an issue where the oil catch can is overflowing under high load. So I want to find out why she has so much crankcase pressure as well, and also want to reroute that oil catch can to the boot, because what I'm having now at the minute is when this oil catch can starts overflowing, if you look down there, it actually overflows and actually ends up on the wheel. So when you're driving and you are doing speed limit, of course, always doing the speed limit, and you hit the brakes, this car tends to be a bit let's just say no brakes on this side, a lot of brakes on this side, so it's very, very dangerous. So I want to put that in the boot, which will also give me more capacity for the oil cooler as well. It'll also give the pressure of the engine, by the time it gets to the boot, hopefully the pressure won't be enough to blow out all the oil, blow by out of the oil the catch can. It's just something I want to try, something I can experiment with, and we'll see where we go from there. And then last but not least, I have my white Impreza. So This car is going to be a carbon copy of this car, but just in white. So this car is also a 1.5 Impreza. I bought it with a blown engine. Bought it for a really, really good price. Body's really, really good. I haven't actually seen a lot of white, especially in Ireland where I live, a lot of white Imprezas with 1.5 engines. Normally only the STIs came in white. So what I did was I bought a Forester, an automatic Forester, and I took the engine out of that. So this is an EJ205 engine, but this is a twin scroll turbo, whereas that is a TDO turbo. So that's a later generation turbo than this car is. So this car will actually spool a little bit faster. The gear ratio as well, I've kept the gearbox from the 1.5, so the gear ratio is the exact same as a Jap STI, so it's 4.44 gear ratio. So she should also accelerate like a bat out of hell, which I'm really looking forward to trying out. Now I have a few issues with it. So I've got the car as far as the engine is in, it runs, it sends power to the wheels and the wheels drive, but she's not charging the alternator either. So yeah, she's not charging the alternator either. So I think that has to do with my when I did the conversion. I haven't got this plugged in now. I think the harness calls for ground to be plugged into this. Now I have a different brake master cylinder that I'm putting in this car. Hopefully with that it might give me the ground that I need. Other than that, I've converted it to, as you can see, I've converted it to manual. So I still have all the automatic harness. So maybe there's a ground in there that we have to just figure out. But I'll bring you guys along for the journey anyway, and sure, hopefully we can figure it out together. And you guys can post in the comments what you guys think it might be, and I can do it, I suppose. Other than that, I can't wait for that car to be finished. Once that car is finished, it'll be up for sale. It'll be a very, very cool car. It'll be, in Ireland we pay tax on the literage of our cars, so anything over 2 litre is €700 tax for the year, but 1.5 is only €400. So look at the benefits you're saving. Now we also have a national car test, but it doesn't really matter, it'll pass. I'm not worried about that. The car is a full drivetrain swap, full wiring harness swap, and full engine swap, so I'm fairly confident considering I have basically the same thing here, and it's been going fine since November, December last year. So I'm fairly confident that car will be the same. Can't wait for it to get finished. So yeah, guys, that is basically an update on everything that's going on, everything that's going to happen now. There's more to go as well. I've got a 2-post lift that we have to install. I have a trailer that we have to fix, and there'll be my friend will be dropping off an MX-5 that we'll be reshelling a 1.8 MX-5 back in that is a rusty shell into a shell that isn't rusty. And then another one of my friends has bought an IS300 Estate, but he has an IS200 that he'll want the whole drivetrain swapped into, manual swapped as well. So there's a lot going on, as well as my wheels there that I'll have to rebarrel. There's a shit ton going on this summer. There's a shit ton going on all the time, so I might as well pick up the camera, take you guys along for the ride. So if you're interested, comment down below. I'll link my automotive brand that I have. I have my automotive brand before I started my YouTube, so it's just kind of something that ticks away in the background. But if you guys are interested, have a look. It's really cool apparel. As well as that, like, share, comment, subscribe. The more subscribers I can get, obviously the more time I can dedicate to doing this type of stuff, and the more stuff we can get done, I suppose, at the end of the day. So yeah, hit that subscribe button down below, and sure we can take it from there. Thanks.